Alright, y'all. Ain't gonna be no theme music today. Ticky ticky tie, ticky ticky tie, ficky ficky yo. That was my rendition of theme music today. On Tall Glass Tuesday. Your girl T, the queen of the Smart Alex. Just tuned in this Tuesday evening. Wanted to check in with y'all for another topic. Again, consistency. We're going to finish out the year strong, right? Right. So, let's see. I put down some notes today, y'all. I'm trying to get organized and things like that. So, today, we're going to talk about religion and therapy. So, go on and pour your glass up. I already got my glass poured because it was something and I needed to make sure I had digested it within my soul before I present it to my audience. So just delve in with me because I did notice I did put the topic out on Instagram and Facebook. No, just Facebook. No, both, I think. Just asking the question. So I can have, some things to discuss with y'all today. But I had a couple of people who did respond, so I do appreciate them, and we're going to get to them in a second. But religion and therapy, the meme that I found that kind of went along with the theme is going to be, God is not a religion, He is a relationship. I feel like that statement is bold because I feel like a lot of old school saints and a lot of new, because it runs deep in the family, and I respect however you choose to serve. But it just feels like it's so deep rooted that we must abide by our chosen religions and have faith, that an unquestioning faith, let me say that, of what it is and why. But my thing has always been, my God would not make my brain this developed and intellectually sound for me to not want to come up with ideas and questions about the things around me. This is the beauty of why we've discovered so many advancements in technology and everything else. Because our brain capacities have developed in such a way that we're able to think that deep. And are able to create these things. So why would God allow me to be able to have my brain wrap around a thought but cannot receive an answer for it? But I have to have complete faith that this is what it is and this is what it shouldn't be. My thing has always been, when you question, like, why do you go to church? If you ask that question, it would, for me, be just a point of going to church to worship with people of like-minded morals. And that's pretty much it. But as a child, I've always sat back in the church, and I was the first to think at a young age, and it's always stuck out to me for some reason. Why, if I go to school with so many different types of children, backgrounds, I went to School of Art, shout out to CSA. It was so many different types of kids there. And so they're telling me, a kid could be, I went to Richmond too, so RHS, shout out to the Spartans. But I'm coming across Jews, I'm coming across, Buddhists, I'm coming across people who worship, with the faith of Islam. All of that. But who am I to say that their religion is wrong? They have values of their own that they have to abide by and things like that for their said religion, and it's work for them. And who am I to knock them? But my question has always been: you tell me that this is the only God, and to have other gods is a sin and things like that. But it's like, well, who are these other gods then? Who are they? And why are they claiming to be gods to my friends? And they are good people. They do similar things. They may be a little different, but for the most part, it's similar. And I always question. I've always been open-minded enough to be able to ask the question, what do you do within your faith? How do you practice, and why? Why? And it all boils down to the same point of focus that, as long as we believe in this one central belief system, that we're guided by a moral compass, if you will. It's like the best way to live, to create the karma that you need to achieve a blessed life, or like a fulfilled life. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. That's what I feel like religion really is. So if every religion has that as their main basis, that's their foundation, and they just change the name or the storyline of what their religion is founded upon, then how can we say that this is it? For me, my personal belief is that I feel like we are all ultimately gods. We're God-like, we're godly, we're gods, and we're connected to the universe. I feel like we're all connected to the earth, the animals, the trees, the plants, everything. Everything has a pulse and it has a purpose, and we're all connected. And as long as we do give out good karmic energy, we will receive that back. As long as we do have a belief and a faith that can identify what you really desire in life, and you actually put action behind it, you will get it. So that's real true. The power, what it's called, I forget the name of that book, Power in the Tongue. It's so many books, but yeah, if I can remember that, I'll bring it up next time. But it's several books that always speak of you, and even in the Bible, this power in the tongue. It's always talking about speaking things into existence. So again, it has the ultimate root, but you yourself create this. This divine energy within yourself. And I definitely would not knock none of the blessings that I received or the miracles that have happened. That's why I do claim my God. There is something there. The universe, whatever you want to label it is, there is something that allows us to be blessed and cause things to just kind of go in our favor. And it's a faith that we all have. So it's the energy that we present ultimately. But I think, and I'm like, what did I say? The question, why don't you go to church? Now I think about the two people who did respond, and shout out to John Peacock. He has a shop. He does tattoos, so y'all gonna need to check him out. I'm gonna need to dag it. See, I'm slipping. This is why I learn. See, I'm learning live with y'all. I should have got his tag. I think it's like Phasenon on IG, but he does tats. He's nice work, everything. CSA love right there. My girl Kalina Ross, she also chimed in about her church experience as well. And for the majority, they had experiences of going to church and seeing people who were pretty much, like them, but more judgmental. It was, seeing these people, it's like you're supposed to go to church and you serve these roles in the church and you hold all this power, and to me is ultimately the power role that you're seeking. I understand that you do have good intentions, and I would never dismiss what people do within the church, but I just feel like the church doesn't serve its ultimate purpose to the community. And it was one church I did see, and I thought that was so beautiful. It's somewhere on Harvard, maybe about 140th or something like that in Harvard. But this church has actually started to develop a housing structure, and I've always said that. I said because the fact that a church is a nonprofit organization. Their status alone allows them to be able to get benefits and money, grant funds, to build programs for the community. So like, why not do that? Like, you're able to go ahead and build these buildings, but you have to have people to run it. So this is the way that you bring people into the congregation. You're creating jobs for them. The people that, you know, have been shunned by society, they're now able to have volunteer opportunities that can then lead on to, you know, opportunities within the company at some point. But this is the stuff that I think about. There's no food bank. You know, they may have like a little giveaway on Thanksgiving, like once or twice a year they'll do something like that, or have a little mission or a little fund for people who that go to the church, who, you know, need it during hard times. And that's all well and good, but it's so much more. I feel like ultimately, and Lord, don't even quote me right now because my man is gone. I'm so tired, y'all. I've been running. These people have access. This 501c3 is the status I'm referring to. But don't quote me, y'all, because I'm crazy right now. I may be saying it all wrong, the numbers at least. But the money that you're able to get with this, I feel like it's hidden. It's hidden to black people. And if we really looked into how that stuff works and how it's everywhere, development contracts, everything within the city, like, you could be out here eating if you really dug into how this stuff operates. I think 501c3s are for black people as a whole, because we have a church on every corner in the urban areas. So every freaking corner has a church, but these churches have a few people who go you know, to serve at that church, or it may be a bigger audience. Either way, like, use the audience for what it is, or use your 501c3 status and get this money and use it to go ahead and help this community, this godlike atmosphere that you're trying to create. I just feel like I don't have to go to church and tithe while I'm already, you know, living check to check, to make sure that my pastor and my church is good. And ultimately, it does give back to other people and develop, you know, things that the church needs. And again, I won't knock some of the things that the church has benefits of. There's always some good sides. I'm right now highlighting the sides that have, you know, meant the most to me, that make me look at it as something that I can have as a personal relationship for myself. Like, I feel like it was a time where, what was this, about 2 weeks ago? I think I brought it up before, but I reached out because I just got to a point where, you know, work was going crazy, my kid was going crazy, I'm going through my relationship issue. After I done, you know, been single for so long, I finally let this relationship that I done jumped into, I let that shit go. So I'm just going through it, and I'm stressed, and I'm like, I need somebody to talk to, and I done isolated myself from everybody. So for me, it's like, on the inside, but I'm out here smiling it up and, you know, doing what T do on a daily basis, because, you know, everybody expects that from C. You know, you gotta be T all day. But it's like, you know, you got to turn it off and deal with your life. And sometimes that just comes to a boiling point. And I realized that I really needed to sit down and talk to somebody, because I was going to fucking kill somebody at some point if I continue. But then the crazy part about it is I go to seek services, you know, within the insurance capacities that I have. And, you know, it's an out-of-pocket expense, which I don't mind. But the thing is, you have to think going forward. Can I put this price amount into my budget currently? And I doubt it. And I need some serious unpacking, I believe. I think I need some serious time. So I am so happy that I have y'all to be able to do my podcast therapy with, so that I can be able to release some of my thoughts, so that I am able to just give it away. give myself away. You know, do all of that. Man. But yeah, I just thought that was something to kind of think about when you have met your max as a person. Like, you have reached your limit and you have no body that you really feel comfortable enough to just be like, this is what's going on, and this person not run around telling people your business and only wanting to know just so they can say, oh, that's messed up. Like, you really reaching out because you want somebody to help you, and you have nobody. So now you got to get to the point where you're seeking services, but now these services financially can't even fit into your budget. So I reach out to my mom, and I'm telling her about it. I can't really talk to my mom because she's never been that type. We've never had that type of relationship. She's never been the type to want to sit down and discuss things or issues like that because she's too sensitive. And my delivery and my tone is so aggressive, guys. When I talk to people, I have to use this voice because otherwise I'm yelling at them. And that is so crazy to me. Why the hell do I have to kind of restrain my emotion in order for you to feel better about digesting something that I don't like about you, or that I just want to bring up, or just talk about or vent about, like, and I just want some honest feedback without you feeling like you have to tiptoe around me because you may not like my response. Like, some people are just highly emotional, and I'm one of those people. So, like, if I was to encounter somebody who was that the average person may consider probably aggressive, like they coming, I want this, I want that, I'm still going to talk to you with the same voice. I'm not about to go at you and act like it's something personal against me, because I need to see what the issue is. And I feel like your emotions are maybe getting in the way right now, and this is something that I'm missing. So I need to get down on another level that's below yours so that I can hear you and see if it's something that I can smooth out and get you to come back down here with me so that we can talk like fucking adults. So those things, I don't know, y'all. It just blows me away. I just have so many thoughts running through my head right now, and it's just taking me so many places. But that thought that religion and therapy cannot go hand in hand is boggling. My mother had referenced the fact that it's because I do not go to church that I experience these types of issues in my life, when that is not the case. And I'm like, I don't believe going to church and just, worshiping with people. And it's not no problem with going to worship, y'all. I go to worship. I probably gonna end up at church this Sunday when my mom's come in town. And I'm going to feel good when I'm singing songs, but with my hands lifted up in the sky. I'm going to feel good about that. But at the same time, that's not my thing. So, but she feels like me going to church is going to make all my problems go away. They're going to bring so much clarity to everything that's going on. And all I know is that God wants you to have faith that He's going to make it work. And I definitely do. I have no doubt that things will work themselves out as long as I keep doing me. But like I said, it's the factors around it. It's just, things could just keep going at you. People crazy, and it just gets to boiling over. And you have to unpack that at some point. And I would think that God has put some people on this earth who are highly skilled at allowing you to speak it out and allow you to break it up and align it so that you can see where it came from, how you got here, and how can you get past it. And that's all the hell I'm trying to do. And I have no clue on how to get her to understand that, or understand why Christians don't believe that that's a possibility. So, I mean, I just don't get that. Like, how is that questioning your faith? Again, my relationship with God is a personal one. I feel like I produce I good energy, and I give that to people, and I try to maintain it. And when I need to get that, recharge and do what I need to do to get that back for the next day, I do that. And it can get hard because people depend on me to be at my best at all times. And again, we all have that boiling point. So we have to realize that we have to be able to not get to a point where we're about to like lash out at somebody and want to get the feelings of, I may kill this motherfucker if he say one more word today. And all this nigga said was good morning. That's all he said, y'all, was good morning. And I'm ready to cut his ass. I wanted to cut his ass just for saying good morning. Now, I didn't feel like that today. I'm just giving an example. But I'm just saying, y'all, I just feel like we should be more open-minded. I feel like if the church was not so judgmental and more so a popularity contest I don't know. I just feel like I don't have to have that in my walk. I feel like my relationship, even my kid had asked me about that. My son had asked me, what did I think about God and what it was my thoughts. And I told him, I just feel like we're all, connected to the universe. And he said, I kind of get what you're saying. He I just never was able to put that into words. He I like church. But I just don't feel like that's something that is a must, or I'm going to hell. And it's to me, I think that's something that's totally valid. I have a personal relationship. You don't get to tell me how to maintain my relationship with God. I can look to you for advice on that. And yes, because these people, the pastor has been well versed in his Bible and can give me some affirmations via daily verses and things like that to get me through a rough patch. But I have to get through that rough patch. I have to let go of all of this anger and this overwhelmedness and anxiety and depression. I have to get rid of that so that I can be the best me that I can be. So please don't knock me for wanting to seek that for myself. Killers go to church too. People have committed suicide after going to church, and we tend to forget that. So I feel like if we had thought or put our pride to the side enough to seek out help from people who have taken the time to get the skills for, the teachings for it, then hey, let's have at it. I need you to help me dive in because I have a smorgasbord. I have a smorgasbord of things that I need to unleash and unpack. We're going to have to go in that bitch like a storage unit, a big one, not a little one, a big one. The one that you have to pay a monthly fee for. I pay it off every year, guys, for all my baggage. And I just need somebody to unpack it with me. But like I said, we're going to get to the point where I can get there. But until then, I got y'all. And y'all going to have to deal with it. And so what? But I appreciate y'all for that, though. I appreciate y'all listening to me for tonight. Feel free, and I need you to comment. I'm trying to blow up Shuate, so whatever you can do to help that, any efforts that you can offer, I really appreciate you. Again, shout out to John Peacock. His Instagram is at Phaser9. I have to tag him on the post. And also, sis, Kalina Ross, you looked out for that response. Next time, I'm going to make sure I have it all in front of me. I need to be on a laptop, y'all, and quit being so lazy and just doing this on my phone. But again, y'all walking through this process with me, and if you listening to me, you would be telling me what I need to improve on anyway. So it's kind of your fault too, because if you wanted me to be at my best, then you would be like, girl, you need to do X, Y, and Z, and then I'm gonna try X, Y, and Z, and if I like it and it worked, then we did X, Y, and Z, and we great together. You feel me? Talk last Tuesdays, y'all. I'm gonna see you next week. Just look out for me. Like I said, share, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. YouTube, Spotify. Look for us, y'all. Smart Addicts about to be on the rise for 2020. Make it happen for us. I'll see y'all next week. Queen out. Peace.